Today we're going to discuss a very important topic, the Hantavirus. The Hantavirus is a virus that causes HPS, also known as Hantavirus pulmonary syndrome.
I have been doing some research, and the early symptoms are fatigue, fever, muscle aches on thighs, hips, backs, shoulders, headache, dizziness, chills, and abdominal pain. And the late symptoms are fatigue, coughing, shortness of breath, tight sensation around the chest as the lungs fill with fluid.
Great. Did anybody research the morphology?
Yes, I did. It is 100 nanometers in size and is only visible under a microscope. It belongs to the Hantavirus family of viruses, and it is a rodent-borne virus. Hantaviruses are envelope viruses with genomes that consist of the single-strand RNA segment designated small, medium, and large. They are also zoonotic, which is a disease that can be transmitted from animals to people, or more specifically, a disease that normally exists in animals but can infect humans.
Also, it's an RNA virus that is gram-negative, which are bacteria that do not retain the crystal violet stain used in gram staining methods.
I've also researched the phylogeny of the hantavirus and found that the closest related to the hantavirus family is the topsovirus, which is a virus discovered in plants. Below it is norovirus, also known as neuroboreal sheep disease, that affects the gastrointestinal tract of sheep and goats. Falcipavirus, which is the least closely related to the hantavirus.
But has there been any reported cases?
Yes, in the Korean War from 1950 to 1953, less than 3,000 United Nations troops caught hemorrhagic fever with Raynaud syndrome. And also, the Four Corners region, which are Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona, and in spring 1993, HPS caused by the cynomolgus, the deer mice in the area reproduced rapidly. There were 10 times more mice in May 1993 than in May 1992. Humans were infected through contact with aerosolized deer mice dropping around the victim's home. But can anyone explain the life cycle of the virus?
Yes, the life cycle of the hantavirus begins with step number 1, which is the base step, includes the attachment of the virion particles to the cell surface through interaction between the host cell surface receptors and the viral glycoprotein. In step 2, you see the entry through the use of receptor-mediated endocytosis and the uncoding and release of the viral genomes. In step 3, which is transcription of complementary RNA, cRNA from the viral RNA, vRNA genome using host-derived primers. In step 4, which is translation of the large, medium, and small mRNAs into viral protein using host machinery. Step 5, replication and amplification of vRNA, assembly with the N protein, and transport to the Golgi apparatus. Step 6, assembly of all components at the Golgi apparatus, or possibly for the New World viruses at the plasma membrane. Last but not least, viral egress via the fusion of the Golgi vesicle harboring the mature virion particles with the plasma membrane.
It has a special protein that helps it attach, invade, and replicate. This is because viruses cannot produce on their own and need a host for reproduction. It has a parasitic relationship with other organisms, where one organism lives off another organism, causing harm only to the host and possibly killing it.
Hi, I'm Secret Agent Casey. Today I will be talking about the hantavirus metabolism and ecological role. So what is metabolism? So metabolism is a chemical process that occurs in living organisms to maintain its life. So the hantavirus isn't a living organism, so it doesn't have a metabolism. However, it does alter the host's metabolism. So the process is that the virus will attach to the host, injects a DNA into the host cell, and uses the genetic material to make new DNA. And then the host cell will split and release the viruses. And then the ecological role. What is the ecological role? It just means that it's the role that it affects the environment. So it really doesn't have an ecological role. However, it does want to benefit itself from the host, and this is known as parasitism. Its role is to survive and reproduce.
Alright guys, good job. Hopefully we can discover the cure for this disease.